Hey guys, I hope you guys are having a great and wonderful day today. In today's video, I really want to share with you 6 different classes that Moldavite falls into. And if you have your piece of Moldavite with you right now, go ahead and take it out because I want you guys to pay attention to what I'm going to share with you guys today to see what piece of Moldavite, right? What class does your piece of Moldavite fall into? Okay, now before I continue with this video, I want to say that results do vary because it depends on the handler, right? Meaning you, how you interpret and how you also receive the energy that the Moldavite gives. But in general, guys, there are these 6 classes that Moldavite falls into that I have now found in a book called The Moldavite Enigma that I now want to share with you guys. And like I said, results do vary. So take this with a grain of salt, so to speak. Take what resonates with you. So in the meantime, guys, let's go ahead and begin. Okay. Now the first class of Moldavite is called grounding, right? This class of Moldavite is actually the most common. Okay. It has a deep, dense vibration that connects the handler immediately to the earth. Okay. Now that is the most common type, guys. So that's the first class, the grounding class Moldavite. Okay. Now the second class, guys, is the calming, right? Now I've actually noticed this more when I've actually given a piece of Moldavite to someone. They automatically notice that it gives them this calm, this calm sense of, just peace and just everything. And so many of you probably have also experienced this as well. And this is another common type of stone, of tektite, right? The other classification of Moldavite, and it's closely related to the grounding class, right? As might be obvious, a strong grounding connection can also be a very powerful relaxant, right? A calming stone, however, operates a bit differently than a grounding stone. If you hold the grounding stone and then work with the calming class, you will immediately recognize the difference, okay? So that's the second type, right? The second type we have is the calming stone. Now the third classification that we have is called clarity. Okay, now this type of Moldavite is not common. Right? It's not a really common one, but I'm sure many of you have probably experienced it somehow just because of how the energy has resonated with you. Okay? Now, this is actually very similar to the grounding and calming stones, but has the added trait of definition. Right? Clarity stones have the ability to add defining edges, draw out precision and perspective in thoughts, and energy. Right? It tends to sharpen overall awareness of consciousness and spiritual space. So that is classification number 3, right? That's classification number 3 that we have in the Moldavite classes, okay? Now, what's the fourth one, okay? Well, the fourth one is called lucid, right? Now, obviously, it's very obvious what it is, right? It's a lucid class. And they're also very special stones. They are common. They are more common, though, than clarity pieces, but less common than grounding or calming. Lucid stones are primarily visual and can evoke a wide variety of perceptual experiences. Right? These experiences can range from abstract imagery and colorful impression to a complete onslaught of scene and symbolism. Okay? Now, that is the fourth class that we have of tektites, of these Moldavite that we are working with as of now. That's the fourth one. Now the fifth one is called the enhancer, right? These are also semi-common Moldavites, but some subclasses are more easily found than others, right? The common trait of these pieces is that they are additive in nature. In other words, they enhance or add to one particular aspect of your spiritual persona. Okay, now that is the fifth one. And just hang on for a second, guys. Like, I don't know if you guys can hear it, but there's music that's playing that I want to turn down real quick. And before I get to the last one, guys, the last class that your Moldavite can fall into, I want to say that I'm just briefly going through these like descriptions, but they do go more in depth in the book. So if you guys want to get this book as well, it has so many new things, and I'm still reading it as of now, but it has so many incredible things about Moldavite that if you guys are interested in getting it, I'm going to leave a link below where you guys can get it at my Amazon store. And it's definitely worth the investment. I mean, I'm learning so much about different classes of Moldavite, and also Yeah, you guys will just have to watch. There's a lot of great content coming up on this channel that I want to share with you guys that I've been reading from this book and other books as well about Moldavites. So definitely stay tuned. But I don't want to leave you guys hanging in there for too long. I definitely want to quickly share with you the sixth class that we have here in Moldavite, right? And these are actually extremely rare pieces, which is the growth class of Moldavite, right? They are the most mysterious type of Moldavite as they interact directly with the handler. While the previous classes of stones can certainly trigger growth, these stones take the imitative to establish an intimate and personal connection that forces growth to begin. Right? So a growth stone, when coupled to the correct handler, is nearly an unstoppable catalyst for rapid expansion in consciousness and awareness. Okay? So this is extremely, important to know what kind of class does your Moldavite fall into, because this book actually goes in bigger depth as to how you can combine certain classes, and even shows you and even teaches you the different types of classes that you can you know physically see with your eyes, right? You can physically see with your eyes certain attributes that the Moldavite has that can classify it in one of those classes, but also let you become aware of when you hold your Moldavite, right? Like when you hold your Moldavite, like what do you experience? And I'm actually going to make a video about that later on, about some of the reactions that people first experience with Moldavite and what it means, right? And so this book really covers it in depth. And like I said, it tells you different specific attributes that you can look for in your Moldavite to classify it. But if you're using your intuition, you could feel your Moldavite. You could, you get a calming, piece. That you have a calming classification, a calming class. Depending, maybe you go out in nature and you feel like just everything vibrating, right? You maybe have an enhancing class of Moldavite, or maybe you could have a combination of many. Right? It definitely depends also how you respond to the Moldavite when you hold it. So that's something that the book definitely clarified, that it really also does depend on how you respond to the energy of Moldavite and what class you end up, taking in with your piece of Moldavite. But I really wanted to share this with you guys because it's definitely interesting to see the different classes that Moldavite does actually come in. And, just for a quick overview, basically we have the grounding class, that's class number 1. We have the calming, which is class number 2. We also have clarity, which is class number 3. Class number 4 is lucid. Class number 5 is an enhancer. And class number 6 is growth. So guys, leave in the comments below what you think your class of Moldavite is, and give this video a big thumbs up as well. And share this video also with someone who you think could benefit from listening to this information. And one last thing, guys, if you guys are interested in reading more about Moldavite, if you guys are also interested in getting this book that I'm currently reading, I'm going to leave a link below where you guys can go ahead and click that link, go to my Amazon store and get it yourselves. It's a really great book. I definitely recommend everyone gets it. There's so much information on there about Moldavite, and in either case I'm going to be sharing with you some of the main and juicy parts of the book with you here on this channel, guys. So in the meantime, guys, I send you guys so much love. Don't forget to leave what class of Moldavite you have in the comments below, and give this video a big thumbs up and share it with someone you really love and care about. Okay, guys, so I send you guys so much love, and I will talk to you guys very soon. See ya.